everyone's saying, oh my god, I love a Frappuccino. We're gonna make one with actual coffee.
1 cup of sugar, quarter cup of water,
Mixed together.
on the stove,
Heat medium hot.
once melted, let that boil. Once it turns a nice amber color, whisk in half cup of butter, half cup of heavy whipping cream, 1 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Whoa, brother.
Pour into a heat-proof container. Let that cool completely.
So it looks like this.
Blend your
Half cup of cold brew,
3/4 cup of milk, 3 to 4 tablespoons of caramel. Blend. More blending. Half teaspoon of Xandango.
caramel, you know, Frappuccino. Nice little whirl. Of course, some of that. Oh, I think we might have did something right here. Straw.
Oh my gosh, that's delicious. Thank you.
Who needs Starbucks?
Okay, welcome to the video, everyone. I was just gonna like scroll through TikTok because I was just gonna like make this real chill intro, and then one of my favorite TikTokers popped up, Flaky Salt, who's also, his name is Joshua, and it was a video about a Frappuccino and using cold brew in it, so that was just a really, really funny way to start this video. I did not plan that, I swear to you. I'm literally just on my For You page and it popped up. That was really weird, but guys, today we're gonna talk about how you can become a barista. Yikes. And how it's honestly not that hard. It takes some time, it takes some effort, but I think anyone can be a barista, and I'm gonna help you today become a better barista, become a barista. Guys, I'm gonna be honest, it's been a long week. I'm a little tired. Let's just zoom this in. Like, I'm just gonna sit back, relax. So a little teaser for those of you that watch my YouTube videos, I am releasing some merch for Small Business Saturday. So if you're watching this video on Monday, it will be coming out this Saturday. I'm really excited, honestly. Like, I've never released merch before. I've never really like thought about releasing merch. So like, yeah, this is gonna be really cool. I like it. It's super comfortable and everything. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. But I'm gonna be honest, like I said, I'm tired from this week, and I do not think I am in the best mental state, the best energy to have this conversation with you. So, I know who I can ask. 1 second, I'll be back. Yo, I need your help.
What do you want?
Come film this video.
Okay, 1 sec.
I always have to be covering for him when he doesn't want to do anything. Oh, what's up, guys? I'm back. Welcome to the party. He left me his coffee. Fool. That's lovely. I will be finishing the rest of that. Sorry, I was not ready for this. I was in the middle of getting some work done, making some drinks and everything, and this fool just freaking needed me for some reason. I don't understand. He gets tired and he's just like, Josh, I can't do it. I'm done. I need you to take over everything. I mean, look at this. He can't even set up the camera. Oh my gosh, 1 second. I gotta fix this. Yeah, so as he was talking about, today we're gonna talk about how to become a barista. And first, before we get anything, I just wanna let you know that there is no one specific way to become a barista. There are some ways to make it easier, make it a little less complicated, maybe help you grow a little faster, but I truly believe that anyone that wants to can be a barista as long as you're willing to put the work and effort in. And after that point, if you just realize that maybe you don't have the palate or something for it, completely different thing. But if you're willing to put the effort in, I think you will do just fine as a barista. So a little background about me, in case you're wondering why should we be listening to you about this. Well, let me tell you, I've been in the coffee industry for 4 years as a specialty barista. I know my stuff. I know what goes into being a barista. I was trained by Klatch Coffee Roasters out here in Los Angeles. They are very well known out here, have won multiple titles for their baristas. One of their baristas is a world champion barista. So, I mean, when you win the world championship, it's pretty obvious you know what you're talking about. But yeah, they were really great. They taught me everything I knew about coffee in that beginning stage, and really opened my mind to the science of coffee and everything around coffee. And then as I kind of progressed and worked with different shops and everything, I took it upon myself to start to learn more about coffee, to start to understand more, practicing more at home, and just taking the time to go from, pouring these really trashy tulips that looked like absolute garbage to doing like a little cortado and being able to fit like 7-8 stacks in there. So it was a lot of practice, it was a lot of time, but it paid off. So all that being said, I really do believe that if you want to become a better barista, you can do it no matter the shop you're at. Now, I'm saying that as someone that has worked for shops that are really incredible, like Portola, who I'm currently working for, and they are really good with training and getting you to understand the nuances of coffee. But on the other side, I've worked for shops like Coffee Tale. They're located out here and they are trash, honestly. They do not understand espresso. They do not understand coffee extraction. They do not understand any of this. And at this point, I'd been working in coffee for about 2.5 years. So for me, it legitimately hurt to see how poorly they were treating coffee. I mean, they were not treating coffee well. They wouldn't dial in their espresso shot. For those of you who don't know what dialing in means, it just means that when you're pulling espresso, there's a lot of different variables. And so you kind of have to, throughout the day, in the morning, like make sure you're getting that shot to taste the best that it can be. And they just never did that. They never wanted to. For some reason, they thought that it wasn't important. And I will say at first it was tough for me because I was like, what am I gonna learn here? This is gonna be stupid. Like, what's the point of this? And I had to kind of take it upon myself to kind of learn the things that I would never do in a coffee shop, the things that I didn't want to take on, the things that really were important to running a coffee shop well and trying to get them to do things differently. Not change everything, but do some things differently. So what I will say is no matter where you're working, what shop you're at, you can always improve your milk steaming skills, because as long as you're steaming milk by hand, every steamer is different. Like every steam wand is different on every single method of like espresso machine. Like they all have some slightly different quirks to them. So if nothing else, learn how to steam milk on that new machine you're on, even if you're like, this shop is trash and I want to quit, because it'll help you later on the road when you're trying to get adjusted to new machines at new shops. So some of the things that you can do to kind of help your skills as you've already gotten into coffee, maybe you worked at Starbucks for a few years and now you're at a specialty coffee shop and you're like, Josh, I just don't quite feel like I'm understanding it. I'm not on the same level as other baristas. Like, I don't really like taste these nuances in the shot. Like someone handed me the shot of espresso and they're like, oh, can you taste those notes of raspberry and chocolate? And I was like, it tastes good, but I don't taste any of those. Those are things that you can work on. You can stand there, you can dial in coffees, you can taste a lot of different espressos, different coffees, and start to kind of help make your palate better at tasting those subtle flavors, because it does take time. But once you do, you'll be able to taste a shot of espresso and taste it and know exactly what you need to do to make it better. When I started in coffee, let me tell you, it would take me so long to dial in one espresso in the morning. Probably a solid like 20 minutes sometimes to dial in one coffee. Now at Portola, I have to dial in 3 coffees and open the rest of the shop within 30 minutes. So I have to be quick about it. Like there's no way around it. I can't be slow. And all these years of practice have shown me that certain things that I taste, certain ways that the espresso pulls, all these different things can help me make a quick adjustment, know the one adjustment I need to make, and boom, be on to the next shot and what needs to be done. And that's a very valuable skill to have, because in the world of coffee, time is truly money, and people will leave if you are taking too long to get their espresso out. So if something happens and you know that your shot needs to be a nice 26 seconds and it'll be delicious, and yet they're pulling it like 31, don't serve that ish, don't serve it, but like quick do an adjustment. But if it takes you 15 minutes to do that adjustment, people will leave. So it's all about speed and keeping that quality while still going fast, because you want to make people the best drink you can. But you do that by just practicing, dialing in espresso, cupping coffee, all those different things. Don't be afraid to. Like if someone else is dialing in an espresso, just ask to taste it, ask to like help them do it, so you can just kind of get those flavors and know what it needs to taste like. So there's 2 things left. The second to last thing is to learn new skills when you're at a shop. Don't just stick to the things that you are good at, because that's not how we grow. We aren't gonna grow by always doing what we're good at. If you're really good at taking orders, but you're really bad at, brewing a pour over, don't just never brew a pour over. Make some for yourself, figure out how to be better at it so that you can get better at that skill. It'll help you a lot. Your boss will like to see that you're taking the initiative. Your coworkers will like to see that you're taking the initiative, because there's nothing worse than working with someone who doesn't want to do something and they just won't do it. And you know that whenever you work with that person, you are always gonna have to be the one to do this, to do that. And it's a terrible feeling. Don't be like that. Don't be that person. So always try to learn new skills, whether that's in the shop or outside of the shop, through things that you read, things that you watch, YouTube videos, things like that. And the last thing I want to say is it takes hard work and dedication to become a quality barista. I had a great base training to start with. I'll be honest, I was very lucky. I had this incredible barista training to start with that I think really helped kickstart my career into coffee and help me figure out how to be a good barista. A lot of people don't have that. But all that aside, even though I had this great base training, I still had to put in the work, 20, 30, 40 hours a week to get better at coffee, to get better at dialing in, to get better at tasting it, to get better at serving it, to get better, faster, at making it, to be more consistent in steaming my milk. All of those different things, so that now I feel confident that when I walk in and I serve someone an espresso, I serve someone a drink, I know that I am making it to perfection every single time. And yeah, it takes a lot of hard work, it takes a lot of dedication, but if you want to become a barista, if you want to become a better barista, that's what it's gonna take for you. It's just gonna take hours of practice. And I know that's really hard to say because none of us like to practice, none of us want to force ourselves to practice, but you will not get better if you don't take the time to just stop and practice the things that you were bad at. On a slow day, ask to do the things that you are bad at. If, like we said with a pour over, if you know you are bad at pour overs and you need to work on that skill and keeping that pour consistent and everything, not being shaky or anything, when it's a slow day, ask your coworkers to be like, hey, I'm gonna do all the pour overs today, I just need to practice them and get better at it. And they'll be like, cool, because let's be honest, they take forever, so no one else probably wants to do it anyway. I don't think anyone's gonna question you on it. But yeah, guys, hard work, dedication, commitment, and I promise you will be a better barista in probably a month or two after all those things. It's going to take some time. And for some of you, you might get better in a week or so. For some of you, like I said, it might take a couple months, but that is okay. That is fine. That's why we're here. We're here to learn about coffee. We're here to learn about how to be a barista, all those great things. And yeah, guys, Barista Josh is out. That's all I got for you today, honestly. If you didn't know, we're releasing some merch. Josh and I are releasing some merch. It's coming out on Saturday. It's gonna be a great time. I hope you buy some. There's gonna be great deals. There's also gonna be great deals on coffee, so buy some coffee those days. I will be releasing sometime in 2021, hopefully within the first 3 months, a little course on coffee and brewing coffee at home and how to be an at-home barista, that kind of thing. And I'm pretty excited about it, honestly. I think it's gonna be really fun. So if there's anything you would like to see, leave a comment, hit me up, let me know. I'd love to hear your thoughts. But as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Go have a nice cup of coffee with me. Have a happily caffeinated day, and I will catch you all in the next video. Barista Josh out.